Before we even get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Keelon Lawson. I'm a former athlete, a former college player, and a former college coach in high school. I have coached at multiple levels of high school, collegiate, and worked with athletes across different sports like basketball, softball, but basketball has always been my primary sport. And more importantly, I have lived the life that a lot of athletes are going through right now. I have seen the transition from high school to college, from college to trying to go pro, from chasing the NBA to trying to figure out real life. And what I have realized is this: a lot of athletes don't fail because they're like a talent. They struggle because no one prepares them for the transition. See, in high school, everything is structured. You have to got to go to practice, you got to go to school, you got a coach to tell you what to do. And then when that ends, a lot of athletes are left with no direction. Then you get to college. Now you are balancing workouts, classes, practice, games, conditioning, trying to keep your scholarship, trying to stay eligible. And for many years, you couldn't even get paid. So while everybody else is doing internships, building real life experience, athletes are locked into survival mode. And then comes the biggest transition of all. When the game slows down or stops, no NBA, no overseas opportunities, no real plans. There's where a lot of athletes get lost at. And I am just not talking about others. I'm talking about myself. I went to UAB, left there, had to go to junior college, had D1 opportunities, lost those opportunities, ended up at Lemoyne College. And then when the season ended, I didn't have direction. I lost focus. I wasn't even locked in on finishing school the way I should have been. I started drifting, working, doing things that had nothing to do with the purpose. Because I had, because I didn't have any more structure. Until one day I got introduced into an opportunity. I got my life insurance license, started learning business, and eventually found my way back into coaching. And that's when it hits me. Athletes don't need more motivation. They need direction for life after the game. They need clarity. This is what I call life after basketball, the lab. Most athletes spend their entire life preparing for the game, practicing, conditioning, film study, competition. But there's but here's the hard truth. Most athletes are fully prepared to play the game, but nobody prepares them for life after the game. And when the game ends, many athletes are left asking one question: now what? Today, I want to talk about the reality of life after basketball and how athletes can begin to transition from being a competitor on the court to being a competitor in life. When you are an athlete, your identity is clear. You are the basketball player, you are the football player, you are the competitor. Your schedule is structured with practice, games, films, team meetings, therapy, study hall. Everything revolves around performance. But when sports end, that structure disappears. No more practice, no more teams, no more locker rooms, no more coaches telling you what to do, no more study hall. And suddenly the question becomes, who am I without the game? There is where many athletes struggle, not because they're weak, but because the system never prepares them for the second arena of life. Here's the good news though: athletes usually have an advantage most people don't. Sports teaches them that the real world deserves and needs. It teaches them discipline, consistency, hard work, leadership, and accountability. Most people struggle to wake up early. Athletes wake up early for many years. Most people avoid pressure. Athletes perform in pressure. The challenge isn't that athletes lack ability. The challenge is they do not know where to apply their ability next when the game ends. That's why I call the life after sport the second arena. The second arena is where most athletes transfer from. Players to leaders, competitors to entrepreneurs, athletes to legacy builders. The same discipline that help you succeed in sports can help you succeed in life. But the key is learning how to redirect that mindset. Instead of chasing scoreboards, you start building purpose, income, leadership, and impact. Because the game may end, but the mindset will never stop, or the mindset should never stop. And if you are an athlete or a former athlete or coach trying to figure out your next chapter, I created a free community where we talk about life after ball, we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about financial literacy for athletes. Inside the community, we cover how to build income after sports with digital products, how to develop leadership, how to turn your discipline into an opportunity. If you want to join, the link is in the description. It's free, and it's for athletes who are serious about winning in life. One of the biggest mistakes athletes make after sports is they try to relive the past instead of building on the future. They stay connected to what used to be, but life requires a shift. You do not lose your identity as an athlete. You expand it. The discipline, the leadership, the work ethics that was never meant to stay on the court. It was meant to prepare you for life, for something bigger. The real question isn't, why did sports end? The real question is, what is the discipline sports gave me, preparing me to build for now? What is that sports gave me to prepare for now? And if you want help figuring out what your next move is, you can book a one-on-one session with me. We'll talk about life after sports, life after ball, your direction and purpose. We'll talk about your business, your entrepreneurship. We'll talk about your financial situation. Sometimes all you need is clarity and a real plan. The link to book is in the description as well. The game taught us discipline. The game taught us leadership. The game taught us with resilience. Now it's time to apply those lessons to the second arena of life. Because the truth is simple. You only die once, but you live every day you wake up. So the question is, what are you going to build with the same discipline sports gave you? If this video helps you, make sure you subscribe to the video. If this video helped you, make sure you pass it on to other athletes that you may know. And welcome to a life after ball, the lab.